Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to the Touchdown Talk. It is Saturday, week 15, and I am joined, well, my name's Chris, but I'm joined by my co-host with a very festive background. Look at you. Like it, Mr. Pablo
Tis the
Martinez.
season. Tis the season. Good morning, Chris. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Saturday, December 13th. Is it today? Yes,
Yeah,
December
December 13th.
13th. The playoffs for fantasy football are here, week 15, and I'm super, super excited and a little festive today. Yes, for sure.
Yeah, I like the festivities, man. Very nice.
Yeah,
Very, very nice. So, yes,
thank
it
you.
is officially playoff time if you are playing fantasy football, and maybe you were lucky enough to make it into your playoff bracket for this season, or maybe you're in your consolation bracket for potential penalty or draft picks, whatever it is. Keep playing. The season's not over, even if you're in last place, because if your league does a penalty, you don't want to be sitting in that last place spot, depending on how your league does it. So keep playing right to the end. We are here to give you some fantasy advice. We're also here to talk about our leagues as well, because we're in playoffs here. We have our two leagues, LOE and P League, the League of Extraordinarily Mediocre People, and the Dirt Invitational. So we'll be going through those matchups as well and taking a look at the playoff brackets. But as we normally do, we like to start off with, giving you guys some sit start advice, and also, going down the injury lineup. Of course, if you have any questions, throw them in chat throughout the entire show. You can watch us live on YouTube and Facebook, as well as listen to us on RadioGardenState.com. We'll be broadcasting until 11 a.m. today, wherever you're listening. You can listen to Radio Garden State over on RadioGardenState.com, the Odyssey app, TuneIn, and radio.net. And of course, as I said, you can watch this show, The Touchdown Talk, over on our Facebook account at The Touchdown Talk, or over on my YouTube, which is my handle, Chris Baglio. All right, let's get into it. By the way, nice shirt there, bud.
Thank you. Thank you. Again, tis the season to be festive. So, a little bit of a antler wound homage here being paid. Great
Yeah.
band, great music. Check them out there, people. And
Antler wound.
also, with our dirt league, we have a team that's got an antler themed name, and he's wounded. That team didn't make it to the playoffs, Mr. Moose Knuckles. So I figured, it's a good shirt to wear today.
It is a good one. It is a good one to wear for sure. So also, too, if you are watching us over on YouTube, do us a favor, hit that subscribe button and the little bell so you get notified when we go live on the show. We're going to be broadcasting right till the end of fantasy football season, and we'll do a roundup show as well. So keep tuning in, guys. We appreciate you. And of course, follow Radio Garden State over on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok at Radio Garden State. All right, let's get into it. Week 15, fantasy football action. Just to go over some injury updates that I've got on my side. Pablo, feel free to jump on in with some other updates that you have. But as of right now, according to what I'm looking at here, is that CeeDee Lamb, for you CeeDee Lamb managers out there, he will be playing against Minnesota Vikings. He cleared concussion protocol on Friday. So if you got CeeDee Lamb on your bench, now might be a time to get him activated in playoffs. So don't I wouldn't leave him on the bench. I would get him going. You agree,
Yes,
Pablo?
absolutely. That was huge news. Happy to hear it because, not only for the player, but also for, fantasy managers out there. That's one of the elite of the elites. So you definitely always want to have them in your playoffs. So
Yeah.
good news. Definitely great news.
And listen, even though listen, we like to hear some good news even in the real world. With real world here is TJ Watt, who had undergone surgery to basically stabilize and repair a partially collapsed lung. He is doing okay, apparently. The latest given out from J.J. Watt, his brother, said that he is doing well and that he's going to start doing treatment, but everything looks great. And while recovery timeline is TBD, he is doing well and was released from the hospital. So that is good news for that guy for sure. Not really
Fantastic.
impact on the fantasy, as an IDP, but you know what? It's good to hear some good news. T. Higgins, if you're a T. Higgins manager, he has been ruled out for
Yep.
Sunday's matchup due to a concussion. So week 13, he missed with a concussion, and he went back in a protocol, and then he was re-injured again against the Bills. Not looking great. I mean, 2 concussions like that back to back. That's tough. That's tough. Probably done for the season, I would think.
Yeah, you can't be surprised if that's the case. We hope not, but
Yeah.
that's too close to each other. So definitely it's something to look out for.
Yeah, so hopefully, he recovers, though. Washington Commanders have ruled out Jaden Daniels for Week 15 after re-aggravated an elbow injury in Week 14's loss to Vikings. So he is not playing. So that means get ready to fire up Marcus Mariota if he's on your team or on your bench. Maybe you benched him. But listen, if you're in playoffs and quarterbacks are short, it's maybe a guy you may want to activate just because you may need a QB. I don't know. I don't know. What do you think, Pablo? Is Marcus? I guess if he's your only option, you got to play him. I'm sure if you have other options, it might be better. But Marcus Mariota getting the start, it looks like.
Yeah, I actually think this is a really good item to bring up because Mariota's got a pretty decent schedule. I mean, next week in Week 16 he plays Philly, but Weeks 15 and 17 he's playing Dallas and the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it that we would have all preferred maybe to see Jaden Daniels out there and healthy, but Mariota will be a really, really good start during multiple weeks of these playoffs.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, they got the Giants tomorrow, and I think the Giants, I think it'll be a good game, should be. But yeah, I mean, he does have a pretty favorable schedule, and if you've got him and he's your only option, it may be worth the start there.
For sure.
In other news, Trey Benson is out for the season. The Arizona Cardinals have not activated him, and he's been out since Week 4, but he is not coming back. So if you've been holding on to him, hoping that he might be back, not happening. Yeah, you're one of those.
I really thought if he did come back, he would own that backfield, but that's just not happening this season.
Not happening this season. And another QB out. It looks like Geno Smith will be sidelined for Sunday's game against the Eagles. Kenny Pickett is taking reps, buddy.
yeah, that's 100% guaranteed. Kenny Pickett. So once again, if you're desperate for quarterbacks because you've got guys on injury, and Kenny Pickett's out there. Is Kenny Pickett somebody you should be picking up? I guess if it's a pure desperation move, huh? He's playing in Philly this weekend, so I would want to avoid it at all costs. Next week, he's playing in Houston. Avoid it even more. I don't know. I mean, let's see what happens with Geno, but for this weekend, I definitely would not want to start Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, and just quick, just with the Jets, too. Justin Fields and Tyrod Taylor are both out, so it looks like the rookie unknown is getting another start in New York this weekend. That's
right. Brady Cook will get another start in Week 15. And, he's playing in Jacksonville. I mean, maybe we get surprised. Maybe we get happily surprised. We'll see.
I mean, that would be interesting to see, for sure. I would be interested in seeing if this kid, listen, I mean, maybe the Jets actually have a diamond in the rough that they didn't think about. So who knows? Is there anybody else on the injury report worth talking about, my friend?
With regards to injuries, I mean, I think you covered the big ones, the concussion for T. Higgins, the return of CeeDee Lamb, the quarterback change. The one piece of news we didn't mention today, but with regards to injury, Daniel Jones is done for the season. So there's another quarterback change there happening. Riley Leonard had been the quarterback that had been backing up Daniel Jones, but he also had his own injury issues. Mm-hmm. So the team signed Mr. Phillip Rivers out of retirement after 5 years, back in the league.
Off the couch. Off the couch.
Off the couch, back on the Indianapolis Colts roster. And I don't know if he's activated. I don't know what the expectation is for him playing at all, but they signed him, and he's at least going to back up Riley Leonard.
Yeah. No, which is I am going to watch that game just for the pure listen, how amazing would it be if Phillip Rivers just balls out, man? Oh my gosh. I mean, chances are low. I mean, a guy hasn't played in a little bit, but hey, you never know. Stranger things have happened.
You never know. You never know. The team is really good. They had a team that could actually make a push. Now without a quarterback, it's a whole different conversation. But you never know. Who knows what Mr. Rivers still has?
Yeah, and another quick bit of news here, and still questionable. Davante Adams is questionable right now. So that is another player that I know has been on a lot of people's starts for the last bunch of games. Davante Adams and Matthew Stafford have had quite a connection going. But he right now is listed as questionable with a hamstring. So something to watch if you still have him in your starting lineup.
All right.
And Alvin Kamara is also still up.
Yeah, Alvin Kamara out again. Yes. Yeah.
Alvin
I think
Kamara
that might be it for Alvin Kamara this season at least.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. I mean, he was starting to it seemed like the guy still brings it. Amazing after all these years. So all right, so let's get into some of our start sits. Recommendations here. Once again, if you guys have any questions at all about your team, about players in general, let us know because, hey, this is it, guys. This is for all the marbles. It's win or go home right now in fantasy football. You want that championship, that nice, sparkly championship where you got to make the right moves to get it. So we are here to help you out with that. So let's go through some quarterbacks that are either going to be starts or sits. Mr. Pablo Martinez, here we go. Dak Prescott, start or sit?
Mr. Dak Prescott. All right, so the Dallas Cowboys. Let's see here. Their matchup is against. Remind me. The matchup is in Minnesota. It's at home versus Minnesota.
Yes. Yeah, it's at home versus Minnesota.
It's tough. It's not the typical team that you would throw a lot against. But with the return of CeeDee Lamb, I say start Dak Prescott.
All right. Jordan Love. I mean, I would think he is somebody seems to be heating up a little bit now. I mean, I feel like this is a guy that you gotta play if he's on your team.
You gotta play him. They're playing in Denver, so watch out for weather conditions. It's a tough defense, but still, he's been playing very, very well. So it's tough to move away from him. I would definitely be starting Jordan Love.
All right, very good. Can we trust CJ Stroud in the playoffs? Playoffs on the line. Is CJ Stroud a start for you, or at least in a super flex spot?
This week, I would roll with it. They're playing against Arizona at home. Arizona has not been a super strong defense, so I would certainly say that CJ Stroud is set up to have a pretty decent fantasy week.
All right. Now here's somebody I know that's on one of your teams here, Mr. Jalen Hurts. Philly offense not looking like the Super Bowl offense that they had last year. I mean, they are playing. They're playing Vegas, so should be a win for them.
It's a bounce back game. If ever they could have asked
for
something better to come back from last week's disaster, it's this. They're playing at home against Las Vegas, and it cannot be any worse than what happened last Monday night. So I would start Jalen Hurts. It's actually kind of crazy to think that, Super Bowl champion and a great fantasy player too for quarterback is something that we would question. Like, it's insane. But last week was a disaster. Could not have been worse. And I think this week they will be doing very well.
Let's talk about Kirk Cousins. Wow. Kirk Cousins actually looking alive.
Yeah, they played pretty well on Thursday night.
They did play pretty well. I mean, he looked good. I mean, I wouldn't say he looks like the Kirk Cousins of old, but he was definitely. I think if you started him and you went for it, I feel like you had a pretty decent fantasy night.
For fantasy football, he was spot on. He got you what you wanted, and Tampa Bay was not going to be the easiest thing for Cousins
No.
to come out like the way he did, but they did well. Now going forward, now he already played, so for this week,
Yep.
we can't
That's
really do too much more to analyze it. But going forward, are we rolling with Kirk Cousins next week in Arizona? I would say it's certainly a player to consider. With other quarterbacks out there.
Yeah, I'm sure if once again, we keep talking about it, but like quarterbacks have gone down, lots of injuries going on. We did talk about a few quarterbacks. If you got a Geno Smith out, if you had Daniel Jones and you're rolling with him, done for the season. We're seeing some guys like Kenny Pickett come on, and of course Phillip Rivers. Now I saw my friend. You did a strategic move. Smart. I was thinking of the same thing. I just didn't have room on my bench, but I'm like, you know what? I don't want to drop anybody. I don't want to do anything foolish. But you picked up Mr. Phillip Rivers in our LOEMP. I think it was the LOEMP league, right? Strategy move there.
I did.
To keep him off the board.
I did. And you know what it is? I think that more so with Rivers in this case, it was something that I just thought would be fun to do, fun to talk about. It
is funny. First of all,
fun
it's funny
to look at today. I don't know that that's going to stay in my lineup for actual game time, but we can look at it later and talk about it a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely. But let's talk about it. If Phillip Rivers is hanging around out there on your waiver wire, do you pick him up? I mean, I say yes, just even from a strategy standpoint. If you're trying to block your opponent from, especially if someone is needing a QB, you could be a real dick and pick him up and just hold him on your bench.
Yeah, I say yes too. And you know what? So realistically speaking, we can get into it now. I'm not starting him this week, even though he's currently in my lineup. That was more of a funny thing to look at.
Right, it's definitely a funny thing.
Playing in Seattle out of retirement is not how I want to roll with my playoff chances where everything's on the line, right? But the following weekends, though, week 16 and week 17, he's playing at home against San Francisco and Jacksonville. And those are not terrible matchups. And, maybe we see a second half this week where he comes out and throws and he does okay.
Right.
Maybe that would be something I would entertain for potential following week. I don't know.
Interesting.
But at least I have him on my bench, and I can think about it before somebody else scoops him up.
Yep, you absolutely. No, you are correct about that. Now, we just said another name, too, and I just want to come back to it really quick, is Brady Cook. If Brady Cook is out there on your waiver wire, I think it's worth scooping him up.
Yeah. Well, yes. I mean, same thing. Speculative ad to just see what happens.
I mean, he's probably going to start pretty much for the rest of the year, I would think, at this point, unless Tyrod Taylor comes back, because I don't think we're going to see Justin Fields on the field again for the rest of this season. I think Justin Fields is done, in my opinion. So, I mean, listen, you drafted this kid. You might as well let him play out the rest of the season and see what he's got.
Yeah, right now he's not projected to start more than this week, but that's because Tyrod and Fields, they're out this week, but who knows? So I definitely wouldn't mind adding him to my bench just to see what happens. But I don't know right now that I would have any confidence in not only this week, but anything else after that.
Now, how about Jackson Dart? Jackson Dart is back this week. He's cleared concussion protocol. Giants off of a bye week, too. Playing at home against Washington. How you feeling? Is Jackson Dart somebody that you need to start this week if you got him, if you've had him on your bench?
100%. Yeah. 100%, without a question in my mind. Coming off a bye, hopefully he had some time to rest and get healthy. And hopefully he can stay healthy, because that's the one thing with Dart that makes us, from a fantasy perspective, have a little hesitation. But as long as he's on the field and he's all right, I have no doubt in my mind that he will do well. So I would definitely put him in my lineup.
All right, there you go. So let's go over some quick running back names here. I'd love to get your take on these. Chase Brown.
Chase Brown has been fantastic. He's a really good running back, but not only that, he's got a really nice schedule left for this season. So there's no chance I'm benching Chase Brown ever I think I have him. So I have him in LOMP, and I you can't bench him ever, no matter what the matchup is, because he's that good and he's on a really, really good offense. But going forward, though, absolute must start.
Yeah, absolute must start. I agree too. Kyle Monangai, he's 4 straight games with a touchdown.
Yeah, it's very surprising what we're seeing out of Chicago, but it's great. It's great. The one thing I would say about Monangai is he is splitting pretty evenly, 50-50 with Swift.
Yeah.
So you would hope that they would continue to be successful. Should anything happen to Swift, though, Monangai is a league winner, in my opinion.
Right.
So definitely flex worthy right now, and with that, potential arrow pointing up.
All right. Very good. DeAndre Swift. I mean, I think we were just talking about this. This should probably be a get right game for the Eagles. I think that going against that Raiders defense, I think that he should probably have a lot of production.
So Swift is splitting with Monangai in Chicago, the backfield.
Oh, sorry.
And,
yep.
The Eagles, this is a get right game for the Eagles for sure.
Yeah.
Fire up all of your Eagles, even AJ Brown. After the debacle last week, I still think that this is the week where everybody gets theirs.
Yeah, that would be. I think that if you have DeAndre Swift on your team, I think you can expect some pretty good point production from a fantasy perspective. Jonathan Taylor, I mean that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, for sure, and especially with the quarterback situation in Indianapolis, like they will lean on their referent offensive weapon, Jonathan Taylor. They're definitely going to, if he had great fantasy production in the past, he's going to have it now as well. I mean, sure, the passing game will be a little diminished, so opposing teams' defenses are going to realize this, but he's still an elite running back. Jonathan Taylor will know and will be able to do well.
Yeah. Now, I saw this come up a couple times. I don't know if he's worth picking up at this point, but I just wanted to bring it out there real quick. Raheem Mostert, he's on the waiver wire, but I've heard the name trending a little bit in circles. I've seen some chatter about picking him up. Is this a guy you should be picking up and stashing on your bench right now for playoff action?
I mean, he's on Vegas, and he hasn't really been doing.
Hasn't been doing much, but for some reason the name keeps popping up in circles. So
I don't see anything that I would want to.
No upside.
I haven't seen anything on the field. No, unless Bijan, not Bijan. I'm sorry. Unless Ashton Genty, has a step back for whatever reason, I would definitely not consider Mostert.
Yeah. All right. Very good. Any other running backs do you think are worth discussing at this point?
Not necessarily. I mean, there's maybe some questions about our Giants backfield and what's going to happen there, but we can get into it as we look at lineups. I'm sure we're going to find those Giants running backs in our lineups somewhere.
All right. Well, hey, let's do this. So why don't we start talking about our playoff picture here? Because I think this is where, too, we're going to start talking about a lot of individual players. And just a reminder for those of you watching live, feel free to drop some questions in. If you have any start-sits, questions about certain players, whatever it is, let us know. You pop your lineup in there. We're happy to give you our quick take on it and see if we can help you on your chances to fantasy football play a victory. I think I also see Mr. Kevin Vaglio beaming in. Special guest star here on Touchdown Talk.
Yo.
Trying
to get situated and get in.
Of the LOMP League. What's up, Kev? What's up? Good to have you on. And we are actually just about to get going on looking at the playoff matchups in our leagues here. So we were actually going to start with the LOMP League. So perfect time.
Good to see you, brother.
Hey, what's going on? Trying to feed a baby and do this at the same time.
Excellent. Good. Well,
I had stuff. I had stuff I was preparing too on like Thursday and Friday for this, and then I was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna get there at 10."
That's okay. Well, hey, we're here, and listen, we could always talk about it as we go, and of course, if anybody has any questions, pop them in the chat. All right, let's take a look at it. So right now, in our championship bracket here, my team golfed my lawn, number one, but I had a first round bye here, which is great. So I get to take a break here. Kev, your team Swift Kick in the Pits is going up against Manja Magic. You're in 4th place, she's in 5th place, and then we also have Pablo's team Bark at the Moon in that 6th spot going up against Team Keg, who's in the 3rd spot, and Keith's cool team, who took 2nd place, also had a first round bye. Now, we also decided we had a league rule change happen during the week. So in real time, we took a vote as a league, which was great. I mean, I love seeing it. So once again, guys, we don't rule this league. This isn't a dictatorship. We are a democracy. So great rules were proposed during the week before playoffs started. And previously, the consolation bracket really didn't mean too much because we did a random pick in our draft this year. We actually had Mr. John Gruden do our draft pick. We hired the coach to do our draft pick. It was great.
So much fun.
So much fun. But this year, in real time, decided to make the consolation bracket matter for draft order. So, Pablo, you want to just explain to everybody what we decided to do here?
Yes. So, great call. We tried to spice things up for our LOEMP league, and not only for the teams that are in the upper half and shooting for the title, but for those teams that didn't make it, like, let's have something to play for that's meaningful all the way through week 17. So our consolation bracket is going to decide our 2026 draft pick order. And it'll not only decide this year's team that ends in 12th place, but it's also, you're playing for something for next year. So right now, the consolation bracket mimics the top bracket. The 7th and the 8th placed team got a bye in week 15, and they're already going to be one of those. They're guaranteed basically a top 4 pick next season. So these the consolation bracket teams will be playing for spots 1 through 6 for the 2026 draft in this league.
Yeah, I think that's great. I mean, I like this rule change. I think this does make it fun and makes people, keep playing throughout the season rather than just being like, forget it and just like letting the rest of the season go. I think it's good.
Yeah,
it is different than the toilet bowl. It's not if you lose, you move on.
Right.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
So,
I wish Yahoo implemented that. They haven't done that yet. It's not on their platform, but maybe one day.
Yeah,
but
and then
we'll be able to.
Sorry, Kev, I cut you off there. What were you saying?
No, I was saying with this one, though, we'll be able to follow it in real time. So
yeah, which will be nice. That'll be nice to do. And then we also finally decided that there will be a penalty for last place. Although I don't know what the final decision was. Does Kevin have to pick it if he stays in last place?
He kind of seemed like he was going to take it over. He seemed like he had all the ideas and was going to do it. So we're going to let him run with it and see if he actually comes up with something. As long as he's
so if he remains in last place, he's picking his own penalty?
I think he will.
All right. So does he pick the penalty and then we all give it the thumbs up? Is that or is he just picking it and we're like all okay with whatever he picks?
As long as it's not ridiculous.
All right. Well, once again, guys, we'd love to hear what some of your penalties are in your league if you do that. Obviously, we're just doing this for the first time in this league, and we've talked about it all season long, but in a Dirt Invitational, we have the coveted, the not-so-coveted poop trophy that last place gets, or actually the loser of the consolation bracket gets through that. So, all right, so let's dive into this here because we've got some some points going already. So let's take a look at our championship bracket. I'll go over to this one. Swift Kick in the Pits versus Manja Magic. This matchup here, number 4 versus number 5. Both 8 and 6 teams. No points yet, so nobody on either team went on Thursday night. Kev, you are right now the projected favorite, 176 to 154. And looking at your guys are starting your QBs. You're starting with Bo Nix. She's going with Jordan Love, who we were talking about before. And we got some on your team, Kev, JSN, Jamison Williams, CeeDee Lamb, who we just talked about, back this week, clear concussion protocol. Ashton Genty, Woody Marks, Brock Bowers, Cortland Sutton, Brock Purdy in your super flex, and you're rolling right now at the Pittsburgh D. And on Manja's side, Jordan Love, Romeo Dobbs, Brian Thomas Jr., Jawan Jennings, Saquon Barkley, CMC, Christian McCaffrey there, Trey McBride, Devin Singletary, and Jacoby Brissett. Once again, Jacoby Brissett just having a great season. I love to see it. Starting in Superflex and Buffalo defense. All right, guys. Looking at this lineup, this is a pretty killer. This is going to be a pretty killer game, I think, to watch. It's a lot of great players.
Yeah, definitely strong teams here. How do you feel about this, Kevin? Your season's on the line. What are your thoughts right now as you look at the matchups on both sides?
Well, I mean, favored to her in the running back department, definitely. Saquon Barkley has part of the top 7 matchup this week. So, and McCaffrey's definitely number 1 overall ranked running back for this week as well. I think it's going to be a tough go because those two could put up 30 points apiece. You know, Barkley, I know he hasn't looked like Barkley, but that has a lot to do with their offense. But they get ahead in that game, they're going to run him 30 times. And, you know, so a lot will depend on game script. I really like my receiving core. Finally get to use Purdy, so we'll see how that works out for me. My question mark here in my lineup for me would be Jamison Williams, really. As good as he is, it just has a lot to do with the defensive scheme for me. And that's a question mark for me. And I am going with Woody Marks at this moment, even though you see a name like Omarion Hampton on my bench. It's a tough go. I might have some fiddling to do, but I'm not sure. Between either Genty, I think I'm definitely rolling with Marks, but between Genty and Hampton, I'll have to see what I do.
Yeah, and you got Omarion Hampton back.
Yeah.
This is who's on your bench right now, which you got a nice bench here. Omarion Hampton, you got JJ McCarthy, Kenneth Walker, Aaron Jones Sr., Kyle Monunge, who we're talking about, Jordan Mason, Green Bay D, and of course Drake London is out on IR. So you got a nice bench too.
Yeah.
I like. Definitely gave myself options. But you know, my running back's been making the right choice at running back this year has been tough for me, especially trading away who I have. You know, like Dowdle to you. I gave away Swift to Josh, but I did get JSN in return.
You did, yeah. I mean, you got some good return.
So you know, it's a double-edged sword. My hope is that my receivers put up so much points that I don't have to worry too much about my running backs.
Yeah, that's how you have such a strong receiver group. But I like what I saw last week of the usage Omarion Hampton got in his first week back. They were certainly trying to make it a point to include him and make him important. He's playing in Kansas City this week. Not an easy task, but I like it. I think he's going to do well. I'm not trying to convince you to put him in your lineup, but I like what I saw.
And I was looking at the snap usage last week, and Vidal got 17 carries and to Marion Hampton 14, which, you know, that's almost a 50-50 split. And that's his first time back in, 7 weeks off of an ankle injury. So that's encouraging.
Right. But no, it's very promising. I think they'll continue to incorporate him more. And I think Hampton is going to be definitely a very serviceable running back for fantasy purposes. Woody Marks got gypped last week. We were talking about it in our dirt chat because he had a goal line carry that he lost to Ogumbawale. Otherwise, he would have done even better. But how does that make you feel, you know, in playoff territory now, week 15? What if that happens again? Yeah.
I looked at why, and it wasn't just because he sniped him. He had like a stinger. He got a little banged up on that play, and that's why they pulled him out for like 2 plays before he could get back
Okay.
in. So from what I see, it wasn't because they're like, oh, we're just bringing in Aguma Wale for like the second time this season. He got up on the play before, and unfortunately, it wound up going to not in his favor. But I mean, more and more every week, he's getting the most carries. He looks like a better back. Hopefully, I mean, this is a good matchup for him. Arizona is absolutely terrible on defense.
Yeah.
I mean, they're so bad. They're I think bottom 4 in the league against the run and pass. So that's kind of my hope here. It makes it tough. And Gentry is a name, you got there, but I mean, Raiders aren't good, but are they going to throw it to him 8 times? If they throw it to him 8 times, then sure, my Gentry matchup looks okay. But I don't. I'm on my fence here, and not sure who I want to trust. I almost think I might trust Monungai over Gentry, but it's hard to bench it. And I've been wrong with him all year.
I know. I was just going to bring that up. You started him. You stuck with him even though things were bad. And then I remember the one week you benched him, he blew up on your bench.
Always.
And,
the minute you bench somebody, they always blow. Almost guaranteed to blow up.
I think that was the week he had 8 receptions, and I mean I think he only ran for like 45 yards, but he had like 8 receptions too. So, in our league that will boost your points real quick.
Yeah.
Me and Vivian just had a matchup in week 13, which she won, and that blew up on me, and I traded her over Jacoby Brissett, and that one. And that worked against me. But now Brissett's got to go up against a Houston defense who's been absolutely an animal this year. So it's going to be does Houston get out so big that they just kind of sit back in zone and let Brissett pick them apart, or I don't see Arizona winning, but you could get those points because Houston gets out and they're just going to sit back in zone and let them throw around. Where he could get peppered with, you got McBride there where he could wind up having like 12 catches because of that.
So I got a name to bring up. We were talking about injuries and running backs, and I brought up the Giants' backfield. Viviana's starting Devin Singletary. I know from a fantasy matchup perspective, it's against you, so maybe you have your thoughts of whether you like that or not. But in general, like how are we feeling about for all those other managers out there firing up Devin Singletary in our playoffs this week?
I mean, I like it. I haven't seen the report on Tyrone Tracy. Singletary's been getting more of the carries.
He has been.
Listen, Singletary is just like a name that you're like, oh, you're not excited about, but he's been efficient. He's been very efficient. And you're going against Watson, who is bottom 2 in the league in the rush. And it's going to be a freezing game. It's going to be snow. Yeah. I mean, I don't expect to see 300 yard passing, so you could see like a 30 carry game where it's split up between them, and he's going to get like 18, 20 carries. So
yeah, I mean, in week 10 against Chicago, he got over 10 fantasy points. Against Green Bay, week 11, 17 points.
It's a very tough matchup.
Detroit wasn't a great game because that was just they did not play. But then New England, I mean, almost 20 points, and that was week 13 before the bye.
Another tough matchup in New England. They have not given it up to the running back at all this year. I think they've allowed 100-yard rusher, and I think that was Chase Brown. And I think other than that, the most rushing yards they gave up to a single back was like 60 yards or something like that.
Yeah,
so.
I would go with this. I would stick with that in a flex spot. I mean, and also too looking at who else she's got. I mean, I know I like it.
I don't think it's a bad decision. Honestly, it's you're like, oh, Singletary, I started my playoff, but the matchup dictates it. I mean, if you're going
I would
by matchup, it's a good thing.
I mean, I think I would choose him over Ramondre Stevenson, who's on her bench, and he's going and he's playing Buffalo. So
and And again, she has very good matchups for running backs. Buffalo is not good against the running back as well. They're a bottom 10 team against it. They just gave up a bunch last week to the running back. And it's for Andre. It's a tough thing, but I don't think she has too much of a wrong decision here, honestly. But I personally would probably go Singletary. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's pick a winner in this matchup.
All right. Who are we going with?
I'm going with Swift kicking the pits.
I don't like when you guys all pick me, but I am picking myself. But I'm not.
I don't know. I feel like the data dictates.
Listen, like I said to Ken and everybody, like every week I'm projected for like 190 points almost. But that's a lot of projection. I think it's going to wind up being like a 153, 140 thing. Yeah.
I know she's named Manja Magic for a reason, because you can never count out the Manja Magic. That usually happens every season.
Yeah.
I don't know. Looking at the current lineup between the both of you, I feel like your wide receiver core is definitely way stronger than hers, and I feel like that could carry you to victory over this one. So that's why I'm going to pick you to be victorious over this one, basically really on the strength of your wide receiving core. So that's my official pick. Swift kicking the pits for the win against Magic. So there you go.
All right, I'm gonna go with the underdog. It's a tough one. I don't really see a lot. She's gonna need an enormous amount of help from her receivers. That's really where maybe she's lacking a little bit of firepower. But let's see if it happens. I'll pick Manja Magic.
If you know it's good for you.
Oh yeah.
And
Kevin, of course, you picked your own team, which you
I don't always pick my own team, but it's playoffs, and I gotta roll with it. I think
gotta have the positive mental attitude, man. It's playoffs.
I think I have the better team.
All right, well, there you go. Swift kick in the pits for the win over Manja Magic. Both me and Kev picked his team, and of course Pablo did the right thing and picked Viv's team to keep the status quo. All right, let's take a look at our other matchup here. Our other co-host, Mr. Pablo Martinez, Bark at the Moon, going up against Team Keg. So number 6 versus number 3. And right now, right off the bat, Mr. Phillip Rivers in your starting lineup.
At the top of the list.
At the top of the list. Look at you, boy. Oh, going. No. Mr. Phillip Rivers. Woo. Against Patty Mahomes on the other side.
Now, what was that?
We're wondering who would do it.
Yeah, I figured I'll do it. But no, go ahead and hit refresh. I thought it would be something fun to look at and fun to. All
right, there we go. Yeah, that was fun. But, yeah, so you are now with a refresh. You are starting Aaron Rodgers and going up against Patty Mahomes on the other side. You got Debo, who's still listed as questionable right now, but I think he'll be cleared to play. I think that's just it's listed. He's got an illness right now. So Amon-Ra St. Brown back. So after he got hurt, he did have a little bit of an ankle thing, but he did return to practice on Wednesday. Darnell Mooney, who really didn't do you any favors this Thursday, man. So that stinks. But he had a fumble, which kind of really cost you some points there.
Yeah, and that's one guy who recovered it himself, but
yeah.
Yeah, I was talking to Viviana about this because my daughter also, she's in a league with Darnell Mooney on her lineup this past Thursday, and Viviana's telling Valentina, like, why would you, like, how do you not try to find somebody else? And I look at Viviana and I said, do you think those of us starting Darnell Mooney want to start Darnell Mooney right now? These are choices that we are left no other alternative. I mean,
bottom of the
paper, with Drake London out on paper, it seemed promising, but this happened before many, many times, and I knew it was probably going to end up this way, and it didn't feel great, but it is what it is. The upside was there; it just didn't happen.
Comment from Corey in the house. Phillip Rivers should be projected for 2.7 points. Honestly,
Seattle's a tough place to go play, and you're 44 years old.
Off the couch.
They haven't now announced him as the official starter because Riley Leonard was practicing, so we'll see.
Yeah, it would. I don't think it would be great if Rivers had to start. I don't think that would end well. Yeah,
no.
Not Seattle, especially. That defense has been brutal on people.
I know. I've had them pretty much been starting almost all season, and they've been serving me quite well.
I had to drop them this week on their bye, and then I wanted to get them back, but I couldn't because you're not able to pick up somebody who dropped first, and you were able to get them.
How about Mike Evans starting across Darnell Mooney right here? Mike Evans, first game back, 19.7 fantasy points.
I'm in a winning in another league, and I did not start him just because, you don't know what was going to happen there, and I'm regretting it. Not getting big points.
We've also got Chase Brown on your team going against Jamar Gibbs, Tony Pollard going against Jonathan Taylor. We were talking about that. Kittle going up against Kelsey, David Montgomery going up against Josh Jacobs, and then in Superflex spots, Jalen Hurts, Baker with 27.93 points, 277 pass yards, 19 completions, and 2 passing touchdowns. And then Chicago D going up against the Chargers D. So right now, point total, my friend, you have 4.5 points on the board to Team Keg's 47.63. So Team Keg getting a lot of points out of Thursday night's game. Right now, you are the projected underdog, 148 to 174. How do you feel about that, Pablo? How does this make you feel right now? How are you feeling?
Well, not. I don't feel like Superman right now, but prior to Thursday, I felt a little bit better. But Mike Evans did really, really well. Baker did what he needed to do, and Mooney did not. So that already put me a little bit more behind than what I wanted to be right now. But that's okay. Team Keg. Greg has a really strong team. That's the bottom line. Is his running back game is extremely strong. His wide receivers are good. His both quarterbacks are good. So overall, this is going to be. I think it's the projections are fair. I am the underdog here. I'm coming in 6th place. He's had our record was the same, but he led the league in points. So his team is really, really good. I'm going to need a lot of help. I'm going to need my team to step up. I'm going to need those Tony Pollards and those David Montgomerys to come out and score well. Pollard did well last week, but I need him to repeat that, and I don't know that I'm going to get it. It's not a guarantee.
Yeah, he had a great week last week, Tony Pollard.
Yeah, finally. That was against Cleveland, who's typically, it's better to run against them than throw, but typically they're all around pretty good defense. San Francisco's defense is not anything to scream about. Honestly, they've been average, middle of the road. So there's points to be had if hopefully they use them. Last week Tennessee unusually putting up actual points, so that dictated a lot too.
Yeah,
able to move the ball.
Yeah.
Now that the rookie quarterbacks had 15 weeks in, hopefully he's feeling a little more comfortable and they can move that ball around a little more. That would help Pablo out a lot.
Yeah. I feel good about that matchup. I hopefully he gets you some points there. The one thing I did want to just ask real quick, just because we were talking about earlier, Pablo, was Jalen Hurts. How do you think he's going to do going into Vegas? We were talking about this being a get-right game for Philly. Is Jalen Hurts going to get you some big points there, or what do you think? How are you feeling going into that one?
I'm not feeling too great, but here's why. I don't doubt that they're going to win the game. I don't doubt that, they're not going to have such a struggle as they did last Monday. But they might, how much is Jalen Hurts going to need to do? That's where I worry. Like, they might put the game away early, and then, Hurts is just going to cruise, and I might not get the fantasy points that I need to get. Like, are we going to get, 3 touchdowns from Hurts this weekend? I don't know. Maybe they do, but I don't know that Vegas is going to push them hard enough to make them keep going all the way through 4 quarters.
Right.
So that's where my worry is. I'm not worried about him having such a hard time as he did last week in terms of interceptions and things like that. But is he going to give me the fantasy points that I need? That's the part where I'm not sure. Let's hope for the best and see what happens.
All right, let's put in our picks.
I'll tell you, I like it. I mean, I forgot to get Jalen Reed. I probably would start him over Mooney, but that Montgomery matchup's pretty tough for you, I think, against the Rams there. But see what happens. I mean, your points gotta come. They gotta come somewhere, right?
Yeah,
they do. I do have Kareem Hunt. I'm not super thrilled to start him, but that's the one other option that I was eyeing up instead of going up against that Rams defense, because I know, like you said, that's a tough one for Montgomery. I want to say overall the matchups are something that, as much as I'm a heavily projected underdog, our matchups are the one thing that keep my hopes up.
Yeah,
Greg's matchups are all terrible. They're all super hard.
Yeah,
and
Christian
mine
Watson
aren't.
13.
Yeah,
That's tough.
I mean, Mahomes, Rashee Rice, they're all going up against teams that are difficult. Yes. And on my end, I have it a little bit easier. But at the end of the day, I need the points. Let's see what happens. I'm going to pick myself. I'm going to pick the underdog again. And I don't blame you, gentlemen, for going with the clear projected winner here. But go ahead and cast your.
Well, I'm gonna pick your team strictly for two reasons. A, you're my co-host, and I want to pick the underdog on this one. And B, because Greg stole points total from me. So F you, Greg. I hope you lose. I hope Pablo kicks your ass. No, but seriously, I am gonna go with Bark at the Moon on this one. I'm gonna say, listen, you're gonna pull it out. The matchups, Kevin, you made a really great point. The matchups are tough for Team Keg, his individual players.
If you look too, I mean, he basically has his whole lineup going in 2 games. He's going up against Denver's defense and a lot of his lineups here, and then Cleveland, and then the Chargers defense, and basically all of them.
Yeah.
His good matchup is good. Jonathan Taylor against Seattle is tough. I mean, we know what Taylor's been all year, but if it's either of those quarterbacks, they're gonna. If I were Seattle, I'm just gonna stack the box, bring 8 people down, and make them throw. With that, if you saw what they did last week, that's a problem too. So, I mean, if looking purely matchup wise, I know he's in the hole and only got 4.5 points there, but in this league, the points stack up quickly. Look at Baker Mayfield, 277, and he put up 27 points. It's not like, I know he had 2 passing TDs, but just he could get that. He could definitely get that. Aaron Rodgers going against Miami. I mean, that's another crap matchup. Not for Aaron Rodgers, but Miami sucks. Debo against the Giants. We know how the Giants are stiff this year. So I mean, I do like Pablo's matchups, and I'm gonna pick him.
All right.
Because I see if it goes as I would think, Greg's matchups will probably under project once it gets going.
Yeah. All right. Well, very good. There it is. Across the board, Bark at the Moon for the upset.
All right.
Over Team Keg. Sending Team Keg home, packing.
Yeah.
All righty.
But yeah, it's I know he's got most points, but I like Pablo's matchups. I would just keep an eye on that. I know you're probably got a debate between your Montgomery spot here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never know. Maybe it's the day Montgomery outscores Gibbs. Let's see.
You never know.
Let's hope for it.
You never know. All right, and so there it is. There's our
Sorry. Their best way to win that game is controlling the ball and keeping the Rams offense off the field.
All right, there you go. That's our championship bracket. Me and Keith's cool team, Golf My Lawn and Keith's cool team are sitting and waiting in the wings.
Very good. Very good.
We're resting. We're resting. All right.
Let's take a look at our consolation bracket.
Yeah,
let's do it really quick, and then we'll go over to the dirt.
All right.
Yeah, we'll run through it real quick.
Yeah. All right. So in our consolation bracket, we got number 11 going up against number 10. Scataboom, number 7. Ken's team at 7-7 gets a bye this week, so he is on bye, so he gets the rest and wait in the wings. But CD's nuts going up against our current league champ, who is in 10th place, did not make playoffs this year. Super Lamero Brothers, managed by Wayne Del Vecchio. Wayne, sorry, bud, but that's them's the breaks. But you're in the consolation rise round. So, but yeah, let's take a super quick look at this right now. Projected points are in Matt Dunn's favor, 194 to 146. And we'll just take a quick look at our quarterback matchup. C.J. Stroud going against Lamar Jackson. Where did he get all his points? Kyle Pitts.
That was a big trade.
46 points. Yeah.
Who would have known he was trading for the league-winning Kyle Pitts?
Really? And Bijan with 29 points, 82 yards. Or sorry, 93 yards, 82 receiving yards.
This is what he's been hoping for all season. And that, his lineup's not bad. It's just been very underwhelming, underperforming, some injuries. But
so starting out 75 points, 75.60 points coming out of Thursday night. So this is why he is the projected favorite right now. Guys, who is taking this matchup?
I think it's clear and easy.
I'm staying with him. To me, his only weak spot's Charbonnet, but he's good to vulture a touchdown. So he should hit his 10 points a week.
All right.
Yeah.
We're all going with CD Nuts.
CD's nuts. And I want to point out, though, the loser of this game goes to the last place matchup next week.
Yep.
So because these matchups we're looking at now are the bottom 4 teams of the consolation bracket. The top 2 teams got a bye. So the bottom two matchups are what we're looking at. The losers will play for last place next week. This is going to be a big game.
Yeah. There you go. So, yeah, there is implications on the line here. This is all about draft picks for next year.
Draft from what's a 6 hole.
Yep. All right. So, there we go. CD's Nuts victorious across the board. We're sweeping Super Lamero Brothers. All right. And in our other consolation bracket matchup, we have Go Suck a Dak, our current last place holder. That's Willie's team going up against Grudy McGrudenface sitting in 9th place. That's Josh's team. So we got number 12 versus number 9. And right now, Willie's team is projected at 117 to 145. So Josh, Grudy McGrudenface, is a projected winner. Starting QB here, Dak Prescott versus Sam Darnold. And only points on the board are from Bucky Irving. From Thursday night on Go Suck a Dak's team there, 8.10 points. Not a big night for Bucky at all. Only 60 rushing yards, 11 receiving yards. So, and no points on the other side. So right now, only 8 points on the board here. And Grudy McGrudenface, the projected winner. What do you guys think? Who's coming out on top?
I think Willie here has been a little busy, taking a well-deserved break.
Yep.
And has just not gotten to update his lineup. The Pats were on a bye last week, so he's got Drake May, Henderson, and Stephon Diggs on his bench still.
Right.
Once those get upgraded to the starting lineup, the projection will change quite a bit. So it'll be a lot more. I just want to point that out first. Yeah.
Yeah, Gino's still on his starting lineup, but he's out. So yeah, there's definitely some moves. Yeah, he was away on vacation, so I'm sure he'll make some updates going into the game, and that will change things considerably. So with those changes in place, his projection should change. Where do you guys feel? Because he will make those updates. I know he will.
Yeah. I still think I like Grudy's team actually this week.
Okay.
Kevin's got some nice matchups here in the running back position, but Alex Pierce and Quentin Johnson, I don't feel those are great. I mean, he will probably put Diggs in, which he should, and Diggs had a huge game against Buffalo last time. But I like Grudy's team better. HN just been phenomenal, and yeah, I like Grudy better.
Very
Yeah,
good.
I feel good about Grudy's chances here. I'm also gonna go Grudy.
I'm gonna go with Willie. I'm gonna
All
say
right.
once those updates in the lineup come through, he's gonna be well projected, and I like his team. I really think he's got a super strong team. So let's see if this week he gets the win.
All right. Well, there you go. There's our official picks for the LOEMP League as far as it's concerned between the championship bracket and the consolation bracket. The other team on bye this week, by the way, is Suck My Dicka, Tina's team at 8th place. So she is waiting for the outcome of these as well. So 2 teams waiting in a wing, Scataboom and Suck My Dicka. So, all right, guys, we're going to move on to the dirt real quick. I just want to remind those listeners on Radio Garden State that we are going to be going off on the radio broadcast. But if you want to keep watching, head over to our Facebook page at the Touchdown Talk, or head over to my YouTube channel at Chris Vaglio. There you can keep hanging out with us as we go through our Dirt League championship bracket lineup here. So, all right, let me get that up. I am making a switch over. Here we go. Yada-da. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. There is the dirt. So, Pablo. What'd you say, Kev?
I said my laptop does not want to load this morning.
Oh, Pablo, do you want to read off, set the stage here where we're at with the championship bracket, my friend?
Absolutely. All right. So in this 12-team league, we have the top 6 teams were Ginger Ninja, who came in first, got the bye. My team, Uruguay, came in second place with just a few extra points over third. So I also got the first week off during the playoffs. And the matchups that we're looking at for week 15 put Manja versus Prima de los Matador. And we get a rematch of last week's matchup between a Swift Kick Love, Kevin's team, and Show Me Your Touchdowns, who is still celebrating the fact that he's not going to get that turd trophy again for the 2025 season.
He's very happy. I don't blame him.
On the bottom side of just to finish pointing out what the layout is for this league, on the bottom side of our consolation bracket, we have those teams that didn't make the playoffs and that will be fighting for their opportunity to not earn the turd trophy of last place. And those teams are the bottom 2 teams of the season got the bye. They don't get the opportunity to win this week and get out of the bracket. So that would be the Sicilians and Bodie McBoatface. They automatically go into the semifinals next week. The matchups for this week are the Killer Beers and Moose versus Moose Knuckles, and Shark Bait versus BMF. The winners are out of contention for the trophy, and the teams that lose this week will advance to the next round, and they will be facing the Sicilians or Bodie McBoatface.
For the poop trophy.
To see who continues to lose all the way into the Super Toilet Bowl game.
The Toilet Bowl. Yeah. And by the way, Shark Bait, league champ from last year. So current league champ. Still the current league champ right to the very end. But also, we see this in both leagues. The team that squeezed in and won championships last year, in that 6th spot, who both took championships last year, both did not make the championship brackets this year. Both are not repeating.
Similar, yeah. That didn't work out.
Did not work out this year.
No.
Yeah. So all right. So let's take a look at this. Let's zero in on our championship bracket. So let's start with our first matchup here: Manja versus Primo de los Matador, number 3 versus number 6. And as it currently stands, Yahoo projections, Viviana's team, Manja, at the 9-5 record, is a projected winner, 161 to 148, with Primo de los Matador 7-7 and in that 6th spot. So looking at the lineups, we got Dak Prescott going up against Patrick Mahomes, Devontae Smith, Nico Collins, Jawan Jennings, Quentin Johnson, Jamar Gibbs, R.J. Harvey, Saquon Barkley, Kyron Williams, Howard Fanning Jr., Tyler Warren, Travis Etienne Jr., Brees Hall, Caleb Williams, and C.J. Stroud in those super flex spots. And then we got our kickers here. Harrison Buckner, man, who had a huge game the other night, right? Didn't he have like some sick point? Oh, no, I'm thinking of another kicker who had like a sick night.
My kicker who got me into the playoffs.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about that. That Monday night game in this league was so insane and intense, but it was great. So much fun. I mean, it was great for everybody who got into the playoffs and everybody who didn't have a dog in the fight. For those that cost them their playoff season.
Everybody behind Moose Knuckle and I forget who else was behind me. They're probably like, "What the heck just happened?"
Sharkbait got gypped, man. He won his matchup. He should have been in the playoffs had it not been for that insane game.
That was absolutely bonkers. That was bonkers.
If he won an extra game, he would be in.
Yeah,
that's true though. That's true.
There you go.
Yeah. You earned it well, Kevin. You did. Yeah. You certainly did.
And just a quick note too, we do have IDP in this league too. I don't know if it was mentioned, but I'm not going to go through all those players, but we do play IDP in this league, and we are half PPR league too in this the Dirt Invitational. But all right, guys, let's looking at this lineup here. What are we thinking? Manja versus Primo de las Matador. This is 161 to 148, but I mean, looking back and forth throughout the matchups, I mean, I got some great players on both sides here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just Viviana's matchups. I think are very, very nice, favorable.
Yes, they are.
Pretty lineup. She even has bench players that she could put in. I mean, Caleb Williams has been fine. His point totals have been, for fantasy football wise, they've been middle of the pack. But I mean, ETN's got a great matchup against the Jets. Fannin Jr. against Chicago is still a very good matchup. Barkley, Gibbs. I mean, Juwan Jennings is the number one receiver there, facing a very soft Tennessee. And Devonta Smith against Vegas. I mean, it's it's going to be a tough one for Prima. I mean, Nico's got a very good matchup, but he's in a tough spot. I mean, I can't, as good as Breece Hall is, it just hasn't came to fantasy value because that team's so bad. It's they're starting a rookie, brand new. Tyler Warren gets a huge downgrade when he's been phenomenal all season. Just not a great fantasy football playoff start for him.
No. And Cora's dad coming in saying championship rematch from 2 years ago. That is right. That's right. 2 years ago that this was the championship matchup.
Cora's dad, a.k.a. Primo de los Matador himself.
Yes.
So I got a question for you two about Mikey's lineup here. So he's got a wonderful problem to have, right? He's got too many good quarterbacks. He's benching Jacoby Brissett, as great as Brissett has been. And I can understand why. He's got a tough matchup going into Houston. Which way would you two have rolled? Would you have stuck with Stroud?
Yeah.
Like he's doing now?
I think so.
And
I think I would too. But it's so hard because of how
look
good
at Houston though. I know Jacoby's been what he has, but you cannot look at Houston and be like, "Oh man, I want to start Jacoby this week against them." I know he has two very good options. Well, Michael Wilson's been great for them, and then you got Trey McBride, who's not tight end one on the season. But I mean, like I said to you before, his perfect storm, Jacoby Brissett, is that Houston just gets up and just goes into a zone defense, stops rushing, and just lets them dink and dunk. And that would be his way to getting point value there. But also on the flip side of what he has going on here, I would definitely, I think, insert Jaden Higgins over Quentin Johnson, especially if you're riding with. I know he's got Nico there too, but no.
Yeah, he does. He's got Stroud and Nico, and I hear what you're saying though. I kind of think maybe Johnston's he's questionable now, but he's also been like very hot and cold. So last week one single fantasy point. Maybe Higgins would definitely be in consideration for me too. I don't know. You still have time, Mikey. Think about it. It's only Saturday, so
it's only Saturday, but think hard.
Yeah. Give it some thought.
implications are on the line. So we lost Kevin real quick, but I'm sure he'll be back.
He'll be
So
back.
all right, so let's do our pick. We'll get Kevin's pick when he comes back on. But I am gonna go. I want to pick the underdog on this one, but my gut is telling me Manja.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I think it's going to be the same for me. Viviana's team is very well set, and Harold Fannin, like Kevin was talking about it earlier.
Yeah.
Great matchup. Njoku's out this week, so I think that Fannin is set up to have another great fantasy weekend, and football in general. But for fantasy purposes, I would be very, very happy to have him in my lineup too. So
yeah,
good for Viviana. I think that will be my pick here as well. She's projected very, very well. Good luck to both of you. This is going to be a tough one. And, may the best manager make it to week 16.
Yeah. With Cora's dad's coming in, I might have to put Higgins in if Johnson's out. I don't love putting it all on Houston now.
Yeah, I hear you. I don't like starting two wide receivers on the same team either. Typically, that limits your ceiling. Mm-hmm. But, Johnston is questionable already, and it's a tough one, but good luck with that, my friend.
Yep, good luck to you. And like I said, when Kevin comes back, we'll get his pick on this one as well. All right, let's move on to our other championship playoff game here. Show me your TDs. Chris Carr's team sitting in 4th place at 8-6, going up against Kev's team, who was just on, Swift Kick of Love, sitting in 5th place also at 8-6. Right now, projections are 145 to 172. Both teams are on the board points, 27.50 points to 47 points. Kevin's team, Swift Kick of Love, is the projected favorite on this one. And looking down the lineups, we've got Jalen Hurts going up against Drake May, Xavier Worthy, CeeDee Lamb, Zay Flowers, Tet McMillan, Javonte Williams, Chase Brown, Rico Dowd going up against Bucky Irving, George Kittle, Kyle Pitts Sr. with, big points, 39.50 points. Holy smokes. 166 receiving yards the other night. Had a great game. Michael Wilson, we were just talking about in Arizona, going up against Terry McLaurin. Baker Mayfield in a super flex spot with 20 points going up against Tua. And then we've got our defenses, Buffalo and Seattle, as we've been talking about, and our kickers and the whole deal here. So, Cameron Dicker with the big
savior.
20 points. The big 20 points from a week ago.
the reason Kevin's here, Cameron Dicker.
Yeah, MVP, league MVP right there for you, for sure. So, all right, looking at these lineups, what are you thinking, bud? You think this projection's way out of step here with what the reality of this game could be, or do you feel like this is definitely leaning in Kevin's favor?
No, it's leaning in Kevin's favor now. I mean, he got 40 points from his tight end, Kyle Pitts, who did
that's unbelievable.
Career high, I'm sure. I don't even need to look it up. I'm sure he never put up 40 fantasy points.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, that really, on a Thursday night too, that really, really puts you ahead very, very well. I almost feel like Chris is going to need somebody to step up like that. Yeah. He's going to need a 40-point guy on his team. Otherwise, he might not make it.
I mean, could Kittle be a potential for that? Going into Tennessee?
I mean,
Dowell
sure.
Going into New Orleans? I don't know.
Yeah, he's going to need a multiple touchdown guy or two multiple touchdown guys to offset that. Otherwise, unless Kevin's team completely deflates, I think Chris has got a really, really tough matchup here.
Yeah,
Kevin, you're back. We're talking about your matchup in a minute. We'll go back to get your pick too on Viviana and Mikey's teams. But we're looking at your good fortune here with Kyle Pitts in the playoffs, and I think that really puts you so far ahead that it's kind of hard to pick against you in this matchup.
Yeah.
So your choice for Mikey.
Look, I mean, the way I was looking at it the other night. Yeah, definitely Viv. Right. I think her lineup's too overwhelming.
Good.
Now going into mine, so the way I was listen, I've been rolling with Pitts all year, and I expected like 10 to 12 from him. getting 39.5 is huge. But when you look at it, all right, Bucky projected for 14. I think it doesn't even out, but it does definitely give me the edge there. Because I was hoping to get like 10 to 15 from Bucky. So it definitely helps it, especially to over project on a spot like tight end. But he has Kittle going up against a great matchup against Tennessee. I don't know if he's gonna get 3 TDs. Oh my God, what's going on?
Yeah, he is gonna he is gonna need a multiple touchdown game from somebody, at least one guy, kind of like you did with Kyle Pitts.
Yeah,
there.
And I think that's where it's Kittle, and Michael Wilson. Even though again we don't like Brissett's matchup a lot there, and I know Jalen Hurts has his problems, but you're going against Vegas. You get a rushing TD there. That's 6 points, and I think you get a rushing and passing. It's a tough matchup, and he has some favorable matchups here for him.
He does. But
my second QB spot. My second QB spot's definitely I should call it super flex. Something I'm debating about. Tua, I'm not set with there. Honestly, I was thinking about
bench.
Sidor. I was also thinking about DeAndre Swift possibly, especially after what they just gave up to Pollard last week. So it's there's options, but the thing you worry about in a half PPR league is I need them to score.
Right. Yeah. You need to obviously. Yeah. You need the scores because it's not. You need these guys to get out there and make these plays.
Shador was confirmed the starter for the rest of the season. You're not confident in starting him this week?
Listen, he's looked better. It was against Tennessee, but Chicago's defense isn't good. It's going to be almost negative 20 there.
Ooh.
That's
confirmed with the wind chill. It's supposed to be negative 20. Are you going to be gripping the football and chucking it around? I mean, you put 364 and 3 TDs against Tennessee, but you're in a, it wasn't great because you were in Cleveland, but negative 17 is a different animal.
yeah, for sure.
For real. That's challenging weather conditions.
He got a rushing touchdown last week, but he hasn't run a ton. I mean, 3 for 29s. It's a tough go for me here. That's going to be definitely one I'm toggling between, and it's going to be between those 3 guys. Tua's in a good matchup now, especially that TJ Watt's not there. That helps the pass rush not getting to him. But Tua's, he's been garbage all year.
Yeah.
I was hoping to, I made that trade with you and got Danny Dimes, and then that frickin' hit the bed.
That did not hold up throughout the season, unfortunately for you, because that would have been a good matchup. But he's done there.
But yeah, so it's a thing. It's a tough matchup here. But yes, being up does help, but I'm not confident in the projections.
All right, well, let's go. Let's put our picks in. Where's everybody throwing their stake?
I'm taking myself.
All right, as you should.
Hopefully, another 20 from Dicker. If I get another big game from my kicker and Seattle defense against Indy, that's where you get big boosts.
Yeah,
you're right. That could help cover Bucky Irvin's 7.5.
Yep,
that's true. I'm gonna go with the underdog. It's super tough. I don't know that it's gonna happen, but I'm gonna say the fantasy gods out there have smiled upon Chris so much this season that they'll give him one more look and he'll get the win this week. That's my pick.
All right, so you're gonna go with TDs. I am going to go with Swift Kick. I will choose my brother's team. I feel like that he's got a really good shot.
Mm-hmm. He does.
I gotta make some fantasy football runs here.
Yeah. By the way, in real time right now, I just saw Prima make a little move here, dropping Cooper Kupp and picking up Colby Parkinson.
All right.
Oh, all right. Colby Parkinson's not a bad tight end matchup there.
Prima making moves. I like it. I like to see it.
Did anybody pick up Kenny Pickett? I should look into that. Maybe give myself another something else to debate about.
Still available.
Nah,
Did
I
anybody
really
pick up
don't.
Phillip Rivers in this league?
Still available.
Uh,
It's hard to roll with Rivers like in a playoff matchup like this.
Yeah. All right, let's look at our next other. Actually, we did our 2 championship matchups. Okay, let's look at our consolation bracket, guys, because as we were talking about, the winners of this keep themselves out of the toilet bowl.
Breaking news.
Oh, breaking news.
The Indianapolis Colts will start Phillip Rivers on Sunday against the Seattle Seahawks.
All right.
Per rap sheet.
Giddy up.
All right, here we go. Phillip Rivers back in action, off the couch,
44
slinging the
years
football.
old. So,
Him and Joe Flacco.
he was coaching high school football.
Was he really? He was coach. I didn't even know that. He was coach. What? All his kids?
Yeah, he was coaching high school football. He's a grandfather. His oldest is 23 years old.
Oh my gosh. Good for him.
It's got to be the first grandfather to start at quarterback.
Yeah,
It has to be, right?
Phillip Rivers getting a nod. And Cora's dad coming in. Here he goes. I almost picked up Rivers. Figured I'd leave him for Pam or Tina.
Hey, he's starting and he's still available in this league.
Well, now he is a starter.
You got Pickett. You got Pickett there, who's he could be throwing a lot to Genty and Bowers. It's not great matchups, but can they be serviceable?
I do like the rationale here, leaving him for Pam or Tina. Yeah, I know Pam was really hurting at QB.
Listen, when you're in a 12 team league, Superflex tough, but Superflex does not mean you have to start 2 QBs.
I know.
Starting Tua as my second QB is not an advantage over honestly, if you have 2 good tight ends like a Kittle and Bowers, that's a better option than starting Tua.
Cora's dad coming in with the big prediction. He's gonna light it up. Rivers is gonna be slinging.
I just hope he doesn't get hurt.
Yeah, seriously.
Honestly, it's it's not a good matchup to go again.
No, not at all. So hopefully he doesn't get hurt. Obviously, we don't want to see that happen.
No.
Hopefully, he has a good game. It'd be great. It would be great though to see him just come out there and ball. But what are the chances of that? All right.
But that tells you a lot about what they think of their rookie Riley Leonard from Notre Dame.
No trust right now.
He was carrying some kind of injury situation, Leonard.
Yeah, knee.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. So maybe his knee is not holding.
They said he was okay though. He was full practice. But
yeah, maybe they don't feel confident.
I don't think they trust him. Bring in someone that looked at the playbook for 10 minutes. Damn.
Yeah. Well, Phillip Rivers is a vet, and he was a Colt. So
yeah, if I were Leonard, I'd be offended as hell.
I asked for a trade.
Like, damn, dude, 44-year-old that can't run out of the pocket. He can't move. He's a statue.
No, he's not moving. He's not mobile at all. All right, let's take a look at our consolation bracket before this show goes on for another hour. All right, so in our consolation bracket, once again, this is for the toilet bowl to stay out of the toilet bowl. We don't want to be in a toilet bowl. Let's take a look at the lineups here. We have matchups. Killer Beers, my team, sitting in 9th place. I really did not have a very good season. I lost a lot of very close games this year that just couldn't get over the edge. Going up against Moose Knuckles, who's in 8th place, who, as Pablo pointed out, first time missing the playoffs in 14 years?
16. This is 17.
Wow.
It took 17 years to see this.
And he had a very, he brought it up the other day, and I was looking at it throughout the, last week. His point total was high, and his points against, a team like that should normally make the playoffs, but, it didn't shake out.
Yeah, it did not shake out, and I think a lot of it might have to do, too. He had a lot of trust in Lamar Jackson this season, and Lamar did not come through from a fantasy point of view. And that's who he's got starting this week up against my QB with Matthew Stafford. Going right, we're going to go from right to left, my team to his team. Jamar Chase to A.J. Brown, Chris Godwin Jr., who I I acquired in a trade from you, Kev, I believe. If I
Yep.
remember,
That
right?
no, that was
What was the other league?
that was the other that was the other league.
Okay, all right, yeah. So started him, got 12 points. He, not too shabby for a guy that's basically not played all season. Going up against Stephon Diggs there, K9 going up against James Cook, Devon Achan, who right now is still carrying a questionable tag. He had a limited practice, ribs, so limited participant in Friday's practice. So right now, I'm gonna have to be watching that one. Going up against CMC, Darren Waller, who I picked up a couple weeks ago. Whatever. Isaiah Likely, Quinshon Judkins, Woody Marks, and then Jared Goff.
That's
going
what I
up against.
paid
Yeah, that's it. And then going up against Trevor Jar Jar Binks. And looking at our defenses, L.A., the Rams D, and Jacksonville D. And I made a mistake, and I left my Tampa linebacker in, who was out the other night, so I got 0 points there, which kind of sucks. Didn't realize that one. Yeah, I blew it there.
That's rough.
Yeah, that I was not paying attention. So right now, projected Moose Knuckles is a projected favorite, 155 to 152. So very tight projections on this one. I am on the board at 22 points, but he is a projected winner. Guys, where are we at with this consolation here?
All right.
I just don't want to be in the toilet bowl, but I don't know. I feel like I'm heading that way.
This is close.
I think you have a good QB matchup who I think will push each other. It's got a very high. You got a very high total score there between these two, in their actual matchup. I mean, when you have an over/under of like at 55, that's projecting a lot of points, which these two guys just want to throw the ball a lot. So you could make up ground there. Getting 10.5 out of a defensive player is big. Whenever you over hit on defensive players in IDP leagues, that really helps toward your total.
Right. No, you're right. It absolutely does. I mean, that's why we talk about that being, important. I'm really bummed I kind of didn't see this. This guy from Tampa, linebacker from Tampa.
Waller's in a good spot. Quinshon Judkins, by the one guy I don't trust, but
yeah, I'm going back and forth on this one.
Sorry, not Judkins. I read that wrong. I was thinking you had someone, Quentin Johnson. I just read that wrong.
Yeah, Quentin Johnson. I don't have.
I do like Judkins against Chicago. I know his point totals haven't been, wasn't there last week, but it's he's the guy there, and Sampson's out. I mean, and then the other backup forwards on IR, so he should be getting more passing down work too.
All right, so where are you
so
guys?
I like your
matchup
there.
On this?
I think that that it's going to be a close one. Even with your linebacker out, I think you're still like really in contention. And one of you is going to need to get lucky and just outscore the other one. I don't. You're really well balanced, in my opinion. Let's see what Lamar can do. I would say that on Moose Knuckles' end, that's kind of why you mentioned it just now. That's kind of why he's here. Lamar and AJ Brown haven't had strong seasons. These past few weeks have been better. So if they can keep it up, he'll have a chance. For my pick here will be the Killer Beers for the win.
All right.
But it's super close. Razor thin, in my opinion.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm picking my team too, but I do agree. Razor thin. Kev, where are you landing?
I'm tough here. I mean, looking lineup for lineup, I don't like your defensive spot there.
Yeah.
And against your quarterbacks, I think that kind of sometimes that could hurt, but don't let that sway you at all. I do pick Moose Knuckle in this matchup, but I think it's going to be. I think these projections will hold pretty close. I think these projections are going to hold pretty close.
All right.
And
well, there you go.
The only reason he gets the edge is because that James Cook McCaffrey combo in my eyes.
No, I know CMC is poised. He's poised to go off against Tennessee, so it could be a big spot there. So all right, there it is. 2 for the Killer Bears, 1 for Moose Knuckles in that matchup. All right, guys, last matchup here. Shark Bait last year's champ versus BMF. So number 7 versus number 10. Sharkbait at 7-7, and BMF at 6-8. Right now, BMF projected favor at 150 to Sharkbait 138. And looking down the lineups here, Justin Herbert going against Joe Burrow, Puka going up against Amon Ra, Debo going up against Justin Jefferson, Ashton Genty going up against Jacobs, Josh Jacobs, David Montgomery, Trayvon Henderson, Travis Kelce, Jake Ferguson, Jamison Williams against Tyrone Chasey Jr. in the flex. And then Jalen Waddle going up against Jordan Love in the super flex. And then we're rolling with Chicago against Detroit defense. All right, guys, assessment. Where are we at? Do we feel like this is an accurate projection? And is BMF going to take this one?
I think the projections looks pretty good. I think that BMF has got a strong team. And Sharkbait's going to have a lot of work to do here. Kev, I don't know if there's anything specific that catches your eye here. 31 points from Kirk Cousins on Sharkbait's bench. I'm sure looked pretty painful at this point.
And, of course, you got Brandon Aubrey on a BMF side, too. This guy can kick the ball from the moon.
Yeah. Tyron Tracy, no injury designation versus Washington on BMF side.
All right. Looking through, it's that's a good matchup. But BMS got some firepower here, which I think the Amon Ra, Justin Jefferson maybe finally have a good game after McCarthy finally showed out last week against Dallas, who can't cover anything. Their run defense has gotten a lot better actually. Since week 10, they've been number 2 in the league at run defense, which was terrible before that. So I go with BMF here.
And unfortunately, for Sharkbait, Kirk Cousins had that game that you want him to have 31.5 points, 50 points on his bench. The one game you wanted Kirk Cousins to go off on where he could have used this points. This would have put him up and put him in a really good place, but unfortunately on his bench. And I don't blame him for benching him, but I probably would have done it.
Not at all.
Yeah,
that's tough.
That's tough. But Kirk Cousins without London, I mean, I pictured them check down, which they did a lot to Robinson and hand it off. But he threw some TD passes there, some short TD passes, but I probably still wouldn't have started Cousins because he's not very good anymore.
No. I mean, he's at the end. I mean, but 373 yards, 3 touchdown passes, unbelievable. He had that. Yeah, he had a game, and might be his last good game. Who knows of his career? We'll see. But
I hate those ending games.
Either way, it's on his bench, so it doesn't count. So listen, guys, I think it's a pretty clear choice, at least for me. I am going with BMF for the win.
Yeah,
I am too. Yeah, but watch out because Justin Jefferson, terrible season. He's been putting up one fantasy point, 2 fantasy points. He's playing Dallas, but
Dallas
he's had terrible. Such a horrible season that even against Dallas, he might still put up another single-digit game that doesn't really help you. So Sharkbait definitely still has an opportunity here.
It's definitely in his range of outcomes for this season, especially since J.J. McCarthy took over full-time. But, at some point you got to get it to your best player, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, that's why they're on the team.
I mean, I can't believe, the target share, too. 4 targets last week. What is going on? He needs to get back into that 10, 11, 12 targets. He should be seeing double-digit targets easily.
Yeah.
And he's got a great matchup. So it's now or never.
And Cora's dad coming in and says, "Can we address that adorable baby?" Yeah. So who's Rosie? Who are you picking? Who's Rosie picking?
Who do you want there? I think she said BMF.
Oh, she said BMF? Okay, yeah. It's official. Rosie picks BMF.
All right.
All right. Well, hey, guys. Well, that wraps up our consolation bracket picks for the Dirt Invitational. So waiting in the wings, is the Sicilians and Bodie McBoatface on the outcome of the consolation bracket to get into the toilet bowl, or to not be in the toilet bowl. You want to win. Losers go into the toilet bowl for the poop trophy.
I do want to note that I did not want to drop Joe Burrow. I wanted to drop Big Lauren, and I didn't. And I probably should have said something when I did it. And then guys, this is when I was hoping to use him. Week 15 is when I thought he'd be back for the playoffs, and I didn't.
Yeah.
And I should have said something then, and I didn't. And that's my fault. And now that would put me in a nice spot.
Yeah, that would have put you in a nice spot for sure.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised Burrow came back as well as he did. I didn't really think that he would, but
Like,
better this way.
People are like, oh, they're gonna go playoffs. I'm like, that team's still not good.
Yeah,
They have the worst defense in the league, and it's not even close.
yeah, they're not a good team.
I mean,
Yeah.
they're gonna have to put up 50 points every game.
Basically, yeah.
The only way.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, hey, that wraps it up for this week's touchdown talk. This playoff edition, week 15. Good luck to everybody in playoffs. Hopefully, this discussion here today helped you set your lineup and make some decisions for you if you have any implications, whether you're even in consolation poop trophy bracket like some of these teams we discussed, or your championship. But this is the weekend, guys. Make those smart decisions. Trust your gut. Trust the show. I think we gave you some good advice.
I think we did pretty well. Yeah, good luck to everybody. And playoffs are here.
Playoffs
Tomorrow
are here.
will be a big day.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Rosie says good luck.
Bye, guys.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to play you guys out because we got a new tune. Murphy's Law dropped a brand new track. This is the official band of the Touchdown Talk. And, of course, I love it. This is where my team name comes from. They dropped a new track, Revenge of the Killer Beers. This will be next season, Revenge of the Killer Beers. So I'll play you guys out with some brand new Murphy's Law.
Fantastic. All right.
That's
Cheers.
right.
We'll see you guys.
See you guys.